Good day, everybody. I hope you're having a great Tuesday. Caroline, hello. Yeah, it is Tuesday. If you are in the States, I hope you had a great long weekend for Labor Day. I have been busy and I am tired. To be honest, I am tired, and today is going to be a very long day. I have 3 streams today. This one, I have the Firefly Discord stream, and then later on, I'm going to be on What's What live. So it's going to be a busy day. And Caroline said she'll maybe make the second half. So hopefully I see you there. Let's go ahead. Busy. Yes. And I had to go shopping this morning because, well, I've been away. I think everybody knows where I've been. I've been away. So let's go ahead, jump into some introductions really quick. Hello, everybody. My name is Shawn Kosel. I'm a photographer. I am based in Germany. If you're watching this on Behance, up there in the corner, you can click on my icon and it'll take you to my Behance page, which is this. If you are watching this on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, you will see a link within the description that looks like this. Linktree / Kosel. Jumping over to that, this is what it's going to look like. And this is every place where I am on the interwebs. Lydia, hello. So if you would like to join my Discord, you can join from right there. If you want to jump over to Behance, we've got my live streams right there, or even my Behance page right there. Or you can stay on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, and I will see chat over that way. Behance chat is over here. So that's why I keep looking back and forth. So, all right, get back over to Behance. All those links are also on my Behance page. You can check out some of my past work and my past live streams. I've got a few. And speaking of live streams, there is one missing that's waiting to come back. This one, the character animator, has been gone for a while. And Behance was good enough to find it. The one that is missing, if I jump over into YouTube, jump over into the lives, it is the Adobe Photoshop Basics. Mafu, hello, it is great to see you. Mafu, I wasn't going to show your work, but I will that you're here now, so stick around. No, you're not late. Hello, Sandrine. Way to stir the pot. You know what I'm talking about. I can't stay today, but I wanted to say hello. Well, thank you for stopping in, Sandrine. I appreciate that. I know you have a very busy schedule. So if anybody is looking for the replay where I went over pretty much everything for Photoshop Basics, jump over to my YouTube channel and that's where you're going to find it. It is not on my Behance yet. I'm told the team is looking for it. That's all I know. Oliver, hello. And we've got... Oh, Mafu says, hello, Shawn. Wonderful to see you too. I'm sorry I had a tough vacation. I am sorry to hear that. Mel, hello. I'm tired from my vacation. 8 days in Iceland. I think that's enough about me. If you like what I do, feel free to subscribe right there. And or buy me a cup of coffee. I'd appreciate it. Speaking of the Discord, let's jump over into my Discord. And since Mafu's here before Mafu leaves, I think it's under community artwork. And I don't know who this person is. They're posting a lot, but we're not going to be going over their work. All right, Mafu. Hello, Kosel Nation. Shanse. I thought it was Shanse. Lydia says, haven't been to Iceland. Is it freezing over there? I was actually wearing shorts and then just wearing like rain slickers over the top the majority of the time. So for me, it was wonderful. I mean, the weather was spectacular. We'll talk about it. Okay, Mafu says, it's okay, hoping to have a good day right now. Oh, you had a hard day with yours too. Yep. All right, Mafu is not going anywhere. Nice. And of course, little Shawn. I'm sorry for not tuning in and appearing in chat. I can't make it for personal reasons, but I was considering to share this drawing I made while on my flight back home. If you are familiar with the band known as Linkin Park, I think I've heard of them. I'm sure you can recognize them a bit. Their names are Mike and Chester. May you rest in peace, hero. I have some struggles with drawing Chester specifically, but I hope you can at least even make even a bit of his appearance in my drawing. I hope you like it. And once again, so sorry for not being there when you were thinking of me. Mafu, no worries. Mafu says, oh, it's okay if you forgot the special nickname I gave you. That's okay. I can help you out later. I thought it was Shawn. It wasn't Shawnee. Oh, it is Shawnee-san. Shawnee-san. Mafu, the story's for you. I was flying back from London. I think it was the London trip. And I was sitting next to an exchange student. No, we were flying to London. Excuse me, flying to London. And I was sitting next to an exchange student from Japan, and we started talking and hit it off, and had a great conversation on the flight. We were stuck on the tarmac for 2 hours, so we had a lot to talk about. And it was hilarious because this was right after Mafu gave me the nickname Shawnee-san. And I was laughing because Mafu says, it sounds like the word brother. So I'm like, oh, that's perfect. And so I had to explain to her that I have a friend, Mafu, who's Japanese and has given me a nickname of Shawnee-san. She thought it was funny. Okay, that was a boring tangent. I'm sorry. Let's look at Mafu's work. Okay. So this is the original, why did I just draw a blank? The inspiration. And let's check this out. Yes, I did. She like I said, an exchange student, and yes. Lydia says Linkin Park. I think I've heard about it, may have listened to a few songs of them before. I guarantee you have, Lydia. I bet almost everybody has. Mafu, this is some really nice line work. Good hatching. I like the hatching. I like the way you did the hair. I like the scruffs, the goatees. The shadowing that you have here, very nice. I really like what you did with the shirt, like showing the wrinkles. That's really cool. I dig that. Great line work. You know, it's really hard when I'm assuming, because I'm not an illustrator, but it's really hard when somebody, let me go big head mode, when somebody's got their eyebrows all raised and their foreheads all wrinkled, it's kind of tough to get that because they're almost looking like a caricature. So that's really tough to get, but I think you did a nice job. I like the fonts that you used. Yeah. Mafu, I dig it. I dig it. Thank you for sharing. Keep it coming. And remember, if anybody is new to my Discord and you have work that you would like to show, please share it with me. Share it with the community. We've got a couple feeds for you. We've got community artwork and or project feedback if you have like a Behance project. You can load those there. Also, if you have photos to edit that you'd like to see how I would edit your photos, go ahead and upload them there. Make sure they're unedited, JPEGs or RAWs. You can send me a link as Vikram has done in the past, or I think Discord has upped. I'm pretty sure Discord has upped the size of the file size that you can upload to like 25 meg, I think. So you can just upload them there too. Okay, Mafu, thank you for that. All right, we're going to jump into announcements. Whenever anything is going on, that is where I'm going to put it. And later today, I wrote this yesterday, at 7 p.m. CEST, I am going to be on, let me put this into chat. I'm going to be on What's What Live with David and Eric. What's what? And the funny thing is, when I look at the past guests that they have had, the first thing that sticks out to me is my name is not Dave or David. So that's the first thing. And I don't fit into this group. I do talk about having a great deal of anxiety and just yeah, I don't belong in this group. But they invited me, so I'm going. You need to change your name to David or Tiggs. I know. Okay, Mafu says I might draw some more Linkin Park. If I happen to make any new ones, would it be okay to share it? Of course, Mafu. Of course. I would love to see it. I do. I need to change my name to Dave, David, or Tiggs. But that's going to be 7 p.m. CEST, 6 p.m. UK time. It's going to be on Behance. And I'm going to plug this a little bit later also, so I apologize for anybody that's going to have to hear this again. But it would be wonderful to have the community there, because that's why I do what I do. Okay. I think it's time to get at it. I think that's enough about the Discord, YouTube, Twitch. Yep. All right. We are jumping into Lightroom Classic. So today, I told Oliver, and I specifically want to do this today because I know Oliver cannot make it on how about Dave, Shawn, Kosel, Lydia? That's a good one. I like that. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. I'm gonna use that. Okay, I got a screenshot of it. I know Oliver, who, for those of you that do not know, I think everybody knows who Oliver is, one of my moderators in chat. But Oliver Andrews is an amazing nature photographer. I don't mean to pigeonhole one way or the other. Insects, plants, birds, just nature. Let's just say nature. And so today, I wanted to work on birds because Oliver is going to be able to be here today. Now, as you can see, I've got 1,500 photos. We are not going to go over the 1,500 photos today. So to begin with, we're going to come up here to our text up in the top. And as you can see, hi, Jack. I've already have puffin in the keywords right there. And I've got it switched to keywords. And so my puffins have come up. Now, I like taking photos of not people. To be perfectly honest, this trip, on the first day, it was raining beyond belief. I had to sacrifice one of my lenses to the Viking gods, whoever the Viking god for weather is, because I trashed the autofocus on one of my lenses. I brought 4 different lenses with me. First day, boom, ruined. So I could still use the lens as long as I was in manual focus. But the joke was, because the rest of the week, the weather was spectacular. Oh my gosh, it was great. So I sacrificed one of my lenses. No, it was heavy rain, Oliver. It was so heavy. It is. Okay, for those of you that don't know, let's go big head mode here. When you are looking at cameras on Canon, Fuji, Sony, you want to take a look and make sure the type of photography that you're going to do, that the camera and lenses are sealed properly for that. Now, I cannot speak on Canon, Nikon, or Canon, Fuji, and Sony's. Nikons, they are dust and rain, drizzle resistant. Now, in the first day we were there, oh my gosh, was it raining. And so my gear got soaked, absolutely drenched. And what are you gonna do? I didn't, my camera was fine, so I was happy with that. And I sacrificed a lens, but it was worth it. So we're gonna talk about puffins. I know more about puffins now than I ever thought I would. And the crazy thing is, for those of you that have seen my streams before I went on vacation, I was concerned about seeing puffins. Oliver says the Canon L series are mostly dust and rain, not all of them. Also, some of the older ones, like my 50 1.2, need a filter screw on the seal on the front. Yes. Did you not manage to salvage the lens later? Mel, I need to dig into that because I'm not sure why the autofocus doesn't work. But then again, honestly, if I have to sacrifice this lens, I'm okay. Stuart, welcome back. Shawn, thank you. Stuart, welcome to the stream. So I have been watching on YouTube it's called explore.org, and I've been watching live puffins, and I've been watching the bears in Alaska, stuff like that. Steven, I don't think I said hello to you. Hello. He's saying hello to himself, I think. Or maybe that's meant to be Stuart. But hello. Oh. Val, hello. Welcome in over on Twitch. Hey, what's up? So I was afraid. Everybody was talking about that the puffins have left. And so I was not even sure if I was going to see any. So we went to, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the Icelandic name for the island. It's, the English is Westman Isle, Westman Island, and it is the world's largest population of puffins. So I got all dressed up, I got my gear on, I've got a couple lenses, and I hiked down to the cliff, and oh my lord, this is what I saw. And I'm like, there's puffins. People were talking about puffins not being here, and the puffins are gone, and they leave at the end of August. And I came around this corner, went down this cliff, and I saw this. And I went, oh my God. So I ran back to the car. I got my 500 millimeter lens, got a monopod. I got the gear I actually need and ran back down to the puffins. So today is all about puffins, and the end is absolutely amazing. The end of this day, something occurred I knew nothing about, but it was so spectacular. So first off, we're going to go and and do some picks. Are the puffins being protective there? There won't be endangerment, right? Mafu, puffins have a 95% success rate in their mating and their youth growing up. They live up to about 30 years old on average. They can live up to be like, the oldest puffin I think was 48 years old. The way that you can, let me jump into one of these here. This might work well. The way that you can tell the age of a puffin is by their beak. How many stripes that they have on their beak. During the winter, puffins actually they molt part of their beak off. They lose a lot of the color during the winter, and then it grows back for mating season. Puffins are on the UK Red List for endangered species. Wow, that I did not know. So puffins are yeah, they're doing good. At least in Iceland. These are Atlantic puffins, just to be specific, in case anybody was wondering, and I do not know the Latin term, Oliver, so I'm not even gonna try. Okay, so we need to go through and do some picks. We're gonna go through these rather quickly, and if you have any questions, please let me know. So the blacker the beak, the older they are. No, Mafu. And since you're asking, let's jump straight ahead. Oh no, Oliver. Fraticula artica. Fratercula. Okay, so we're gonna jump ahead. Mafu's asking the question. Now, young puffins, to give you a little bit of background, as I said, I know more about puffins than I ever thought I would. Young puffins, once they leave the nest, or burrow, they do not return to land for 2 years. 2 years they're at sea. So when they first leave, they are drawn to light. So within this island, there is a harbor that has a great deal of lights. And the puffins actually become disoriented and they fly into the harbor and they get kind of trapped in there and they don't know what to do. So this is so awesome. We're going big head mode. So the school children go puffin hunting. Let's go hunt some puffers. They go out at night or early evening, pick up the puffins. They take them to a specific place that checks the puffins out, make sure that they're healthy. They put them in a box, and then the next day, the children come back and get the puffins to release them. I did not know this. I'm like, this is so cool. So while my wife and I were at let me get this propped up. While we were at this area, which we didn't know this was a specific area that they do this in, all of a sudden this mother and daughter come up and they've got boxes, cardboard boxes. And my wife is like, and she read about it, of course. So she's telling me, and I'm like, oh, we got to watch this. So this little girl grabs the baby puffin out, and it's just a few weeks old. Grabs the puffin out, or excuse me, a couple months old, and counts 1, 2, 3, and launches them into the air. And the puffins fly out to sea. So she had 2 puffins. Why do children mark and check the puffins? No, Mafu. A veterinarian actually checks the puffins to make sure they're healthy, so they can release healthy puffins. And so the children get to release them. And they are so ecstatic. So this little girl, oh, that guy's upside down. She flipped him. But he got away. So this is a series of puffins out here, baby puffins, and they fly out into the sea and kind of rest for a little bit. And so then another little girl came up. And literally, now look at these cliffs. This is why the mother is holding on to them. So the little girl is releasing them. Now, Mafu was asking about the black beak. Now, this is what a baby puffin looks like. You can see the black beak. It's a little noisy, but that's okay. You can get the point across. So they look much different than a full-grown puffin. They have the black beak, completely black face. So it's not until they come back that they're ready to get into for mating do they get the colors that we're used to seeing when it comes to puffins. Like if I would have seen this, I would not have think it was a puffin. But I mean, look at this. She is giving it her all. She's like, I'm gonna launch this bird. And well, that's a low release, but and the coolest thing is, I mean, they're so happy. I mean, it's just so cool. Like kids playing bowling, yes. Okay. So that was a very, very special thing that I came across. That was just awesome. This was such an amazing day. Caroline says, oh, wow, that's so cool. Mafu says, oh, that makes sense. So the children play like an environmental service role. Absolutely. I'm assuming they teach it in school because all the kids do it. There were people constantly showing up. Lydia says the baby bird usually don't have colorful feathers, so it's protected. Ooh, those kids will never forget. That's true. Lydia says they need some practice to do throwing. Oh, a woman showed up, and I don't know, I'm not going to badmouth. She had 2 puffins. It was her, maybe her daughter was scared, didn't want to or whatever, but she had 2 daughters and her husband. They showed up, they had 2 puffins. The woman grabbed them by the body like this and kind of shook it a little bit so the wings went out and then launched it like a paper airplane. It was funny. But they come out, they do photos, they do like family pictures with the puffins that they've rescued. So cool. Mafu says, so like they start out by getting black beaks, and then if they mate, they get the red beak color. No, when they're getting ready to mate, they get the color. All right. Yeah, as they get older, if you don't bung birds into the air, they often just sit there looking at you. That's, Oliver, you are right. You're absolutely right, because puffins don't have really a natural fear of humans like other birds. I mean, if you walk up to them, you'll scare them. But if you're just sitting there perfectly still, they may fly over to you and sit next to you. That did not happen to me, but I've heard other photographers in Iceland that it has happened. Okay, let's get through some pictures. Keep the questions coming. I absolutely love this. So, just so everybody can see what's going on here, I was shooting, this is zoomed out. This is the 200 to 500 millimeter lens. It's a f6. It's an f6, Jack, I see you. I see you. I was shooting initially at ISO 100, 1/200th of a second. I upped all that later on, so there's gonna have to be some denoising, but that's okay. Let's hit the I again. And hitting G for grid. And just because Jack is here, we're gonna go into our Icelandic horses just very quickly. We did see Icelandic ponies. I did not realize that ponies can be up to like 15 hands. So they are about the size of a regular horse. Like, I was expecting them to be like Shetland ponies, and they are not. They are not Shetland ponies. They are big. Let me see. Like this is kind of what I'm used to seeing when it comes to the Icelandic ponies, but they have everything, and it's so windy there. That is why you get the mane like all flowing. Lydia, these are as big as a regular horse. I didn't measure them, but I mean, look at this mane. I wish I had a mane like that. I want to show a baby. Here, I don't know. This was quite a ways away. Jack, don't be sorry, but you can see the baby. How about when you stand close to it for comparison? It's a standard size horse. We got the horse family here. Just the flowing hair. But I love it. The colts, or whatever they're called there, they have like a mohawk. It's so cool. This was a ways away, so you know, it's always one of those things. It's difficult to get good animal photos, but you can kind of see their mane at a young age. I've got some other ones here, but I like that. Like, look at this blonde hair. Oof. This beautiful horse. Icelandic ponies these are full grown. These are full grown horses. It's just a kind of horse. It's like a quarter horse or a thoroughbred. But the hair, I mean, wow. Let's see, where are the ponies? Here we go. Okay. Like, look at this guy. I love it. I love it. I mean, just like any young punk, you know, these young kids, they got their crazy hairdo. The adults are like, come on. Why can't you just have long, gorgeous, flowing hair like us? You gotta have this spiked hair. Spiked hair, come on. But look at this goat. I'm jealous of the goatee and the hair. I mean, oh, such a young age. Beautiful. Now, Anne grew up on a farm riding horses her entire life, so she's like, she has no problem getting in with the horses. So here's a good one. You can really see the hair of a young colt. I think it's a colt. I don't know. I don't know horses. Okay. I think that's all for the horses. Yes. So let's get back into our puffins. Hopefully that has helped you, Jack, get through your it's so fluffy. It's so fluffy. Okay. Back to puffins, people. Again, I'm shooting with a long lens. So this is at 450 millimeters. So I'm quite a ways away. And it's, you know, it's difficult to always nail the shot. And also, to be perfectly honest, these are the first photos. And I have been wanting to photograph puffins for years. So I was so excited to actually get puffins. I was so happy. So I was probably shaking quite a bit. This is when I started upping the ISO, and you can see I'm getting a little bit of noise, but zoomed out, that's not bad. So we can always jump in and use the relatively new noise reduction. And go ahead and get through these. There are thousands of puffins on different nests, on different ledges. This is a huge, massive cliff. To give you a perspective of where, let me see here. Okay, still there. Well, yeah, no, that's not really. The cliffs are massive. Well, this is not a good photo of a puffin, but you can kind of see the cliffs. It's dangerous, and we were sitting on a very steep incline. Well, you can see the incline here, getting the photos. So it's a little hairy, but okay. We got pictures to get through, people. And this is just like anything at all. When you first start out, is that a house up there? Yikes, I wouldn't want to trip in that yard. No, true, Jack. And I don't know where Bjork's Island is. Maybe it's Bjork's. Maybe it's Bjork's old house. I don't know. But it would be oh so quiet there. Shh. Shh. I'm sorry. I am sorry, everybody. That was horrible. And also, while in Iceland, nobody played Ya Ya Ding Dong. Just so you know. Okay. Now, I was so excited getting the photos that I was just snapping. I was taking pictures of everything. Jackie, good morning, over on Facebook. I just had this question, but why do puffins look like penguins? That I don't know. I don't know if they're part of the same family. Yeah, to be honest. Stuart, he's been saving that one up. Which one, the Ya Ya Ding Dong or the Oh So Quiet? They are not. Puffins are ox. Okay. There you go. Jack says both. This is after a little bit. Once I was able to settle down for this shoot, that's when I started thinking about what type of photos do I want. So of course, one of the photos that I want is them flying. Now, for those of you that have not seen a puffin fly, they're small. You know, they're about this big. They're a handful. But they fly like hummingbirds. Their wings are extremely fast. They don't glide. They're constantly flapping their wings extremely fast. That is why let me get back into that one. Let's go ahead, jump in. As you can see, even at 1,000th of a second that I took this photo in, we still have a little bit of blur. But that's also because my focus is at this point here. It's not on this bird. And I was shooting 5.6, so the depth of field isn't that big, especially with this lens. So let's keep going through these really quick. And one of the things that I really wanted to be able to do is to show a little bit of personality. You can sit here and have a good photo, but like catching them yawning, like that one, and then it's contagious, so this one yawns right after. Things like that I find really interesting. If everybody knows about yawning when is contagious when it's between people, or even dogs for that matter, if you yawn in front of your dog, you can actually get your dog to yawn. But the fact that it's also that way between puffins. Like this guy's looking right at him. He's yawning, and then right next, he's yawning. I love it. So being able to show a little bit of personality is something interesting. Here, like this photo, I absolutely love. Now, their main source, they eat fish, but they also eat eels. So I am assuming that looking at what is in their mouth is an eel, is a series of eels. Now, puffins will not fly out to sea and hunt and catch one fish or one eel and then come back. They won't do it. They always pick up like 4, 5, 6. Devlin, hello. Before they actually come back. So that's one of the things. So, you know, I feel really bad. Oliver says, I assume the black and white color evolved in auks for the same reason as penguins, light underneath, so they're less visible from underwater against the bright sky, vice versa from the dark top. Ooh, good point, Oliver. Bring in the knowledge. We had, there was probably 10 people that were on this huge cliffside. And where we were sitting, I didn't realize this at first, but we could have been blocking their burrows. Now, what usually occurs is penguins mate for life, unless one dies and then they try to find somebody else. But they give birth, they have the chick. I think it's called a chick, I don't know. But they have the chick and one, and then they leave. The chick leaves eventually after a few months. Atta, hello, welcome in. And then they leave, they're done. So unless they have, either they lose a mate and they need to find a new one, or for some reason they have a late laying of the egg, that's the only reason that they will stick around. Usually they're gone by the end of August at this site. So these are all late. Now, because they're out fishing and bringing back fish, pufflings, you're right. Oliver, you're right. We call baby puffins pufflings. You're right. We could have been blocking the burrow for this puffin to get the food to the puffling. I didn't realize that until I'll tell you when you'll see it. But because I was photographing, this puffin was standing there with the food looking at me this whole time, and I could have very easily been blocking where he needed to go. I didn't think about that. I was being extremely selfish for my own photography, and I wasn't thinking about the birds. So I feel pretty guilty about that. But again, trying to get some type of personality, trying to get movement, not just with food, but stretching out, stretching the wings. You know, and this could have been a sign that this puffin was saying, hey, get out of my way. and I didn't know. So, but we're going to continue on. So again, we've got another section now at this point. I'm just shooting different angles, different groups of puffins. I do like this. I like the fact of having this grass. I do like that one. Okay. See, I like that one even better. Having that foreground element, you know, it's not just about having like a science book, a biology book, or whatever of a perfect penguin photo, even though I would love to have it. Such great shots though. Your subjects are so much more cuddler looking than mine. I don't know, Mel. Mel, let me put it this way. Mine don't talk back. That's all I can say, Mel. I'm not going to compare our subjects. All I'm saying is mine don't talk back. Jax, I have to pop out for a bit. See you if you're still on or later at the hangout. See you, Jack. Thanks for stopping in. General, hello. You're saying penguin when you mean puffin. I'm sorry, did I? Well, puffin. Puffin, 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 puffin. If I'm not mistaken, Adobe Sensei has a new tool where you can make the puffin wing stretch. So if you miss the opportunity, you can ask Adobe Sensei to save you. No, I wouldn't do that, Mafu. So, General says, you may dispense with the pleasantries, Ambassador. I'm here to put you back on schedule. Thank you, General. Like, there's so many. No, Mafu, don't be sorry. It's okay, we're gonna talk about this. Yes, you are correct, Mafu, but the moment that I do that, it is no longer my photo. So these are 100% my photos. So the idea is I am able to actually say and sell, I took this photo. There you go. This gives you an idea. This is Anne, Mrs. Shawn, sitting on a little edge, a cliff, photographing these puffins over here. So just kind of wanted to show she was on one side, I was on the other. Torny Northrup did a video about generative fill on nature photos. Amazing how well it worked with filling in bits of animals that were cropped off. Wow. So you want to make the photo as fully editable by you as possible? Yes, Mafu, absolutely. Yes, Mel, I am going to be putting these on Adobe stock. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. I don't know if they have a ton of puffins, but yeah. Again, I like, you know, here, I like the feet. I like being able to see that. But at the same time, I enjoy having this foreground element of the grass, having the sea in the background. I don't, you know, some people may not like it as much because having that orange, having the orange here and the orange in the beak really balances. I mean, it's one of the things that makes puffins so cute, really. It's just, they're absolutely adorable birds. And speaking of threats, what they've got here is this is it's Vestman, and I'm not going to pronounce the rest of it Icelandic, but it's the English is Westman Island. So okay, that's the location. I mean, I can, let me bring this up really quick here, everybody. I wasn't planning on this really quick. but did you find puffins on any menus? I did not. Let me be specific, because I'm with you, Oliver. There's a puffin lookout, which is absolutely not as good. Okay. Do this. All right. So here is the island. So I'm not going to pronounce it. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. So what we've got is at the very top here. Well, there's no name, unfortunately, so I can't even tell you. I was hoping it would. The location in which I'm at is at the tip down here, and then there is a actual puffin lookout, which is in this area. Yes, I was on the main island. So the world's largest puffin population is down here. So you park up here at the antenna. There's an antenna, a parking lot. You hike over to the edge of the cliff, right into this area. This is the world's largest puffin population. The second, not the second largest, but the second location I went to is the puffin lookout, which has a parking spot right there. And then you can come out here, and it was not as good. That's all I gotta say. So, oh, you're talking up here. I see. Okay, I'm with you. I didn't catch any of the names of the other islands. So, yeah. All right. That was awesome. Close that. All right, we're moving on. Keep the questions coming. I am happy. It looked so deserted. I thought you were on a smaller island. It's at the very top of the hill, and there's just nothing there. There's nothing. Difficult on the spot. You never know if you have already photographed this puffin. They all look the same. They do. And I was moving around. So at this point, now I'm really trying to catch a puffin in flight. Wanting that. I like that one. I like that one. I did have the high ground general. You are correct. Out of frame. Out of frame. I missed that one. And of course, you miss shots. You miss them. You know, you right now are seeing the absolute raw. I haven't even edited one of these. Okay. Now, at this point, this is the realization that I had of, oh no, I am blocking this guy or girl, person. No. Okay, so this puffin landed, hopped around. Evie, hello, came up and stood at this spot, and I was watching, and it was doing a whole bunch of stuff with its head. It was moving its head back and forth. It was making some really different gestures that I hadn't seen throughout this day. Now, because we took a ferry, I'm just puffling along today. What about you? Nice, Evie. So this puffin kept looking at me and doing all of these gestures. And that's when it finally dawned on me. Ah, that's a great shot. Finally dawned on me. I'm blocking this puffin. That's a proper look of disdain for that puffin. I think it was. I think it was. And so I got up and I moved away, and eventually the puffin did jump up. I wasn't, his nest, its nest was about halfway between where I was and where he was standing, or it was standing at this point. So I was blocking it. Shame on me. Is that a waiter, or is he very hungry? I believe, Jeff, hello? My name is Jeff. Good to meet you, Jeff. So Steven, just so you know, yes, it is bringing food back to the nest. It will not return with just 1 or 2 fish or eels. It will always have 5 or 6. So the kids are waiting. Absolutely. Jeff says, I'd been gone for so long, I wanted to reintroduce myself. Well, thank you for that, Jeff. Trying to get them to land and catch that is always extremely difficult. Didn't have much luck. But you can see him coming in. Oh, that's a bad tangent. That's a great photo, but look at that tangent. That cannot happen. So allow yourself. So you allowed yourself to introduce yourself. Again, I don't like that wing back there. I like that one though. All right, that one's better. It's still a little close there, and the beak is too close right there. That one's kind of interesting. Okay. At this point, I moved over. Bruce is not here yet, Mel. Oh, were you expecting one of these? Hi, Bruce's mom. Okay. At this point, this is when I moved over to the location where Mrs. Shawn was sitting, and I wanted to get a little bit more photos of the birds within the puffins, within the cliffs themselves. So wanted to be able to show off all the little nests and burrows that they have. Evie says, we have Puffin Island near us. That's where all puffins originated from. I don't even know how to respond to that one. Evie, on this island, just a little, like the Canary Islands, not a fun fact, but an interesting fact to say the least. One of the things, rabbits would start using the burrows and would make them large. That would make them too big for puffins to use. So rabbits are not native to this island, so they got rid of them. They moved them. They moved the rabbits. Let's put it that way. Okay. So again, trying to get Okay. Not even, just let it go, Shawn. Let it go. Don't need to read everything. All right. Now we're getting close here. We're starting to get a little bit of more flight. Thank you, General. I kind of like this one. It's difficult to see. Like, I'm not a fan on the cliffs as much as I am on the grass. But I like this one. I like this posture that this puffin has right there. This one's like, what is he doing? Look at this guy. So we're gonna see what we can get out of this. The contrast between the rocks, and this is exactly what Oliver was talking about, that the puffins evolved to the point where it's difficult to see them with the dark backs, dark top, with the rocks. You lose it. So it's a little frustrating. Now I'm really trying to get them in flight, trying to catch them. They are fast, very fast, difficult to catch. But again, this is a good example of how many there are. And this, I saw a photo of the mating season, and this cliffside, there was probably 10 times more puffins. Like, almost this entire ground area was covered with puffins. So this is late in the season. Missed it. There we go. That is a shot. That is what I was going for right there. What I did, and we need to talk about this. Whenever it is that you are trying to create a photo, you are making a photo, you have the photo in your mind, you need to be able to set your camera up properly. So as you can see, I know I need to get this up to 1/1600th of a second. I'm shooting at an f1 because I need some depth of field. I need something. I can't go with a 5.6 because I'm not getting it. But to get this shot, I had to bring the ISO up to 1600. Whoa, get back here. Oh, okay, let me find it again. Come on. Ooh, that's the keeper. Oh, look at that. What is the approximate shutter speed for that good wing shot? Just answered yes. So actually both of these, boom, boom. Now, as we discussed, I would not do a lot to this photo. Yes, he's got food. Shrimp. Krill, I believe it is. Gonna make a shrimp cocktail. But let's go ahead. Let's actually edit one of these because I'm excited for this photo. So let's see, not that one. I want to edit this one. We're going to edit a photo for the first time, people. Right off the bat, I'm going to create a virtual copy. And this is just for me because I don't know if I'm going to be happy with the edit that I do live in comparison to an edit that I may do tomorrow. So let's do it. First off, what I need to do is we need to reduce the noise before we do anything at all. So we are going to hit D for our develop module, making sure I'm on the right side. Yes. We're going to come down all the way down here. Let me get rid of my lower thirds. You all know who I am. Who are you? We're gonna come down here to our detail. We're gonna open up our detail and we're gonna use the AI noise reduction. So we're gonna go ahead and move, making sure we're in the wing. You can really see the noise going on in here. It is not your first photo that you ever edited. Yeah, that's true. Oliver says, wait, who is this? What stream am I watching? Good point. Good point. So I'm just going to jump in and hit denoise. It is noisy. It is. And, oh, look at that. All right. Bring that back up a little bit. We could go over the top. I really don't want to. We're gonna... Denoise is now my best friend. Oliver. Okay. That's the before. Let me see. Can you... I think you can see it. Oh yeah, you can see it. Okay. That's the before. That's the after. So we're gonna go ahead and enhance. And Oliver, you know what, to be honest, hopefully this doesn't crash my stream. This is really funny that you say that denoise is now my best friend. So for years, almost a decade, I have been doing travel photography and have been trying to eliminate people. Like I'm trying to get it in camera and have it so that there's nobody in my photos and or objects, or you know, I'd move a little bit this way to make sure that there wasn't a garbage can, or move this way so maybe a tree is hiding somebody. I would do that intentionally, and I used to miss a lot of photos because I always kept my ISO set to 100 and I wouldn't increase the shutter speed to what I needed. Now with denoise and the remove tool, oh my God, I'm like, I don't care. This is the photo I want. I can crank the ISO up to get what I want, like I did with this photo, and I don't care if something's there. I can remove it. I can denoise it. As long as you know the tools that you have, use them. Oh my God, it makes me so happy. I'm like, hey, I'm shooting away and my wife is like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'll remove it. So, see that whole fence line there in that waterfall? She's like, yeah, and I'm going, it takes me 2 minutes. I'm gonna remove it. That fence won't even be there. This is so amazing to me. So I'm so happy. Let's go ahead. We're gonna hit G, and coming back, what you're gonna see, just for those of you that do not know, Lightroom has created a new DNG file, and it's actually named with the file name enhanced noise reduction.dng. So that is our noise reduction. If I click on it and let's zoom in so you can see, and let's go to our other puffin. Here is the one without denoise. That's the one with denoise. So happy. Oliver says, always a struggle on dull days to photograph birds in flight and not end up with a very noisy photo. Now, I can fix it in post. Oliver will agree with this, and this is, I'm still gonna say this, as a photographer, still try to get it right in camera. That's going to increase your skills. That's going to make you a better photographer, even though you can fix it in post. Always try to get it correct in camera. Okay, that's my preaching. Let's get back into our develop module. Let's come up. And one thing that I always talk about now, when you're shooting like I am here, you are just hoping to get it in focus. You're hoping to capture this bird flying. You can't compose it properly. Okay. What was I at? Let me get out of this. Oh, all that information is gone. Let's get to that one. Come on now. Okay, so I was zoomed all the way out at 200 millimeters. So I was zoomed out as much as I could, and this is giving me the best chance to crop to what I need. So let's get out of that. Let's get making sure we're in the right photo. Yep, we are. And let's get back into our crop. Now, I always talk about trying to leave or give your subject room to breathe. Now, this is cropping, I honestly believe, is a huge skill in itself. For those that are good at it, you can make a good photo great just with cropping. You know, and it really is interesting because I could go through and I could put the puffin down here at the bottom. Get back into that. Holding shift. I could put the puffin down here at the bottom. And now it's giving that feel as if it's soaring up. If I put it at the top, now it feels more as if I'm down below and I'm really shooting. Now, in reality, this bird was just a little bit more than eye level. So as I was shooting, I'm shooting into the ocean, so you can see it's nothing but ocean. It's just barely eye level is where that bird is at. Now, I think I enjoy it better having it at the top rather than down low. So we're going to just go ahead and hit OK for that. We've as for the lens correction, that's already done automatically when I import into Lightroom Classic. We have nothing to transform because there's no buildings, no straight lines, no horizons. Not worried about it. Let's jump into our basics right off the bat. And just to give it a test, just see what happens. We're going to hit auto. Oi, oi. No. Command Z. That's a no. Okay. I want to check out what our blacks are. So we should have a lot of blues, and actually, wow, we have a lot of reds. A lot of red in that. So, okay, now that's way too blue. I don't like that. Let's go Command Z, grab that eyedropper again. Let's see what we get with the whites. Again, we have a ton of reds. We'd really go for a white spot. Check this out. Still, wow, that's a lot of red. And what I'm doing is I'm actually, and this may be difficult for you to see, I am looking at the RGB percentages. And so to get a correct white balance, what you're doing is you're looking for a neutral color, a neutral gray. And if you're not able to find that, you want to try to use a white or a black. Now, again, okay, that I like. That's the before, that's the after. That's nice. That's nice. Ooh, that's a nice color of the sea. Next off, we are going to increase our whites. Now, the one thing I don't want to do, I want to try to keep contrast between the two. So let's go ahead. Let's do this a little bit different. Let's make a mask. Let's see how it does. Let's do a select subject. I'm happy with that. Let's just increase the whites on our puffin. Don't want it clipped. Increase that. Let's bring our blacks down. I'm actually okay if the blacks are slightly clipping. We can increase the saturation of the orange just a bit. I do not want to go over the top here. Do not. Increase some texture. Add some clarity to it. We don't want to change with the grain. We don't need to deal with any of the sharpness. Actually, yeah, let's increase the sharpness a little bit. Let's zoom in. Okay. Before and after, let's turn off some of our clipping. Oof. I'm loving that. That's the before. That's the after. Oof. Okay, we're gonna increase the vibrance just a little bit. Now we're back to overall global editing. So all I want to do is we're gonna increase the vibrance a little bit. We're gonna add a little bit of texture, increase the dehaze just a tiny bit. Let me get back in here. I want to make sure I'm not screwing that up. I like the little bit of dehaze that we've got going. And next off, I don't know if I want to do a vignette. I love doing just a tiny vignette. Maybe, yeah, just a tiny bit, tiny bit. And let's do some sharpening here. Oh, that looks good. I'm so happy. Increase that. Now I'm going to hold down the Option key, go into our mask, and just take that. I don't mind a little bit of sharpening in the ocean. Just a touch right there. And I'm going to call that good. Oh. Hitting G. Now, this is the photo that we started with. That's the photo we ended with. Seeing the difference, this one is a little bit muddy. Now bringing that out, we've got the crispness of the whites and the blacks. I went too far on the saturation. I did. I don't like how that... Everyone loves a Christmas puffin. That should be a thing. Should absolutely be a thing. Oh, I'm having a problem with that feet, but if I let's go back into our mask. We're gonna double click that. Let's call this local adjustments. We are going to duplicate that. No, I don't like that. I don't like that. We're gonna delete that copy. We're gonna create a new mask. We're gonna do another select subject. There we go. And let's actually let's bring down the saturation. And right now, all I'm doing is I'm looking at the saturation that is on just the feet. It had way too much going on there. So we can bring that down a little bit. Go ahead, zoom out. Okay, now on this mask, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to hit subtract. So clicking on subtract, we're going to use a brush and we're going to paint all this away. Paint all this except for what we've got going on the feet. Okay. I'm good with that. Evie says, can we give it some sparkles and some bit of contrail? Just saying. I don't know what contrail is. Bit of contrail. I don't know. I'm happy with that. Okay. Contrails are the white lines planes leave in the sky. Oh. Maybe. One of the things I was thinking about, oh, hold on. I'm jumping ahead and I'm going off on a tangent here, but let's go all photos and trying to think what point, where were we? That was pre-puffins. Okay. Do you think puffins are the dodos that learnt to fly? No, I do not. All right. So here is a geyser. We were staying in the town of Geyser at Hotel Geyser, and this was across the street from the hotel. So the coolest thing, I actually learned to figure out how to read when the geyser was going off. And the coolest thing that I was trying to get is this bubble right there. Like as it grows and then it pops, the explosion is just awesome. So at some point, I am going to be bringing this into Premiere. I may do a test into Adobe Express maybe, and see what we can get there. I also shot, this one's not good. Let me get past that one. I overexposed it and you can't see anything. So a buried whale or a geyser, be honest. Could either be it. Well, okay. So if you are looking right now, what you see is this ring. With this specific geyser, and I cannot say all geysers, but this specific geyser, it almost feels like it takes a breath. So for this geyser, you would see the water concave down and then it would ripple out. It would do that 3 times, and then after the 3rd time, between 8 and 10 seconds is when it would blow. So while you're sitting there and you're watching it and you're paying attention to this concave, and then all of a sudden, again, that's when you start seeing that bubble come. And that's what you're trying to get. So this is shot with a 8mm fisheye. That was, okay, that one got good. But I think what I want to do is take these into Premiere. And again, you can really see like the breath and then the bubble. Taking these and turning them into a time lapse. So I've got a few good ones. Is it a fisheye or part of a 360 camera? This fisheye, this 8mm, I used to use it when I made 360-degree photos, virtual reality photos. It actually sees 181 degrees both ways. So just taking a lens, having fun with it, you know. Okay. So there might be, the reason I bring this up is from what Evie said, there's a possibility of some sparkles and the contrails. I had to read it again. I already forgot. But this would be an easy time lapse to put together. So, all right. We're getting back into puffins now. This is a puffin stream. Can you do a video of a geyser belching out a puffin? Would you want to? That's the question. Why? I would have to find the correct puffin in flight. These guys are so cute. That when it comes out, it's like wings are out and ah! So hard to see. Oh, did I miss that one? Missed that one. Ooh, wait. That might be... That one's good. That one's good. I don't like that one because you can't see the wing on the other side. I like that one. I like that one. Yeah, the puffins have claws. Dang it, where'd that one go?
Discovery Houston, press to ATO.
It was really good weather at the puffin shooting. Was that a coincidence, or were you there 5 days in a row? It was a coincidence. I don't know if you were here, Stephen. I sacrificed a lens on day one of this trip to the Viking gods of Iceland, or the Viking god of weather. I don't know who, but I sacrificed a lens so I could get good weather, and we had spectacular weather. I couldn't believe it. Like I was talking about before, I was wearing shorts most of the time. Oh, I missed that one. Shorts with like rain gear. That could be saved. That's a miss. Okay, now at this point, we are at the secondary position of the puffin lookout. And the interesting thing here is all of these tufts. I love the culling process with you. I have such a problem culling. I wish I could take my time with it. I'm currently culling along with ya from my last shoot. It's never been a problem for me, Mel. When it comes to culling for me, the photo either sucks, like it has definite issues, there's problems, it's out of focus, you know, there's issues. Then there's other ones that it's like, ooh, maybe I can do something with this, so let's save it. Then there's other times that it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I got this. So depending upon what I'm trying to do, it's never been that big of a problem for me. When I'm doing, like, for those of you that don't know, Mel does portraits. And I don't want to say mainly portraits, only portraits, but I know Mel from Mel's portraits. So when I'm doing portraits, the idea of, let's say from a shoot, I've got 100, 150 photos, and going through them and getting them down to probably 25 is really easy for me. Even, you know, getting it down to 25. And then at that point, I get to, I don't know if you get to, Mel, but I get to at that point, send it to the client and say, okay, you choose which your top 5. What do you like? And then if I disagree with what they choose, I'll slip a couple of the ones that I think should have been chosen. So if they paid me for, let's say, a total of 10 photos from a photo shoot, let's just say that's the package that they got. you know, I'll get it down to maybe 30 and say, okay, choose your top 10 before I edit. And if they choose 10 and I think they missed one or two, I'll give them the others too, because that to me are the ones that I'm proud of, that I want them to see. Okay, you may not like this right now, okay, but it may grow on you. I'm currently removing the ones I don't like and giving her the rest to choose from. Yeah. Oh, pro tip, Mel, I got this from Terry White. So when you go through and you export, so let's go ahead, go to G, and let's just select these photos here. And you go in and you want to export. Remember to rename and start with 1. Okay? Don't give them 10 photos and there's going to be missing numbers in the middle. They will be saying, hey, what happened to number 27? I want to see 27. You didn't send me 27. And you're like, no, you're blinking, and they're like, no, maybe I like that. Rename them when you export them, so you start out at 0001 up to 0030 or however many you send to the client. That is a pro tip from Terry White that I have to absolutely agree with. Don't give the client an opportunity to come back and say, I want to see more. Don't let them. Okay. I missed those. We've seen these already. That one, kind of boring. He doesn't have food. Okay, all right. We're back here. This is the puffin lookout on the same island, just further down. And all of these tufts here, you're going to be able to actually tell those are burrows. But my raw numbers wouldn't match the JPEGs. In the PDF, I've put in the contact sheet. I rename the photo title, but that's because I'm not doing shoots with a common name. Mel, okay. Now, I don't know how you do things, which everybody has their own workflow. There is not a right way or a wrong way. I'm going to make that clear. I'm not telling you what to do. But when I get done with a shoot, I've got everything in Lightroom Classic. I will make a secondary collection that is for pics, that I put those, let's say 30 photos in. So it's another collection. Then I sync that with Lightroom. Then I open up Lightroom on the web, on the desktop, but Lightroom on the web. And that way I can actually send that collection over to be for them to use as pics. Then once they are done choosing, I will know which ones were picked because it's the same as my collection. So I have two collections. I have the raw collection and then a pic collection, and I send them the pic collection that's within a different collection. Oh, don't say Steven. Steven says, Terry, and you are absolutely right with the numbers do not arouse desires. It's not me. I heard that from Terry. I've listened to the king. I'll put it that way. Okay. So this was definitely not as good of a location as before. And Mafu was asking about earlier predators. So you've got there's many predators, Arctic fox and whatnot, but there is a falcon that I actually saw hunting the puffins on the cliff. I don't have any photos of them. I didn't catch any of the falcon, but there was one falcon that was swooping around trying to catch the puffins. The majority of the time, there were gulls, seagulls, different types of gulls that would swoop down and harass the puffins, trying to get them to drop their meal, to drop whatever it is they're eating, so that way they can get it. Do they have a problem with rats there? They have to be removed from the islands here because they eat the eggs. No, I did not hear an issue about rats. Not at all. Why did that come up? I don't even know. I put... Look at this. I put fox in. Oh my gosh. This Adobe stock came up. Beauty, well-being, hair care concept, alluring, carefree. Fox must be in there someplace. Oh my gosh. All right. Gareth, hello. Good to see you. Shawn's private meeting on Iceland. Oh my god. I'm under all photos. This is the only fox that I've got? No. Okay. Go ahead, hit G. Let's come down here. Go to Iceland. Text, fox. There we go. I wasn't in Iceland. Okay, so you always want to be prepared of what is going on. So as I was getting ready to jump into my car, all of a sudden, this guy jumps out. I was not prepared at all, but I got an Arctic fox. I cannot believe I caught an Arctic fox. He was scrounging for food, but not good photos, not at all. Nothing that I would like write home about, but I was just absolutely stunned that I got an Arctic fox. Oh, that's not bad. Oliver, I'm actually disappointed because we have red foxes here, and we've got in other places I've lived in Germany. I know I've got photos of foxes. The animal, not the women. Not bad. Kind of like the hunting puffins. These are the #1 predators of puffins, is the Arctic fox. And I don't know if they eat the puffins or eat the eggs. Oliver says, we have red foxes here too, but I've never managed to get a photo of one. They wait till I've got the shot lined up and then leg it. Yeah, they're fast. Most recently, I was up in the vineyards, and I'm walking down this path, and I'm not a quiet walker. I'm walking downhill in the vineyards, you know, crashing through, and this fox came out from between the vines. It came right out, stopped, looked at me, looked around, turned around and went back in. He was like, what are you doing? We have red foxes that use our garden as a shortcut between 2 roads. Who was it? Wow, these photos aren't bad. They're just not, they're boring. They're boring photos. But I guess I got it. I thought somebody within the community had baby foxes, like got a video of baby foxes playing in their backyard. I thought somebody in the community had that. All right. Okay, back into the puffins. We are almost done. We've talked about that. We've talked about that. Yep. All right, I'm going to talk about this one more time. I apologize if you were here in the beginning when I showed this off earlier when Mafu was asking about it. They only come out at night around here. Regularly see them on CCTV cameras in our garden. Wow, that's cool. On this island, and let me see if I've got. Okay, zooming in. Pufflings, baby puffins. I'm going to go over this again because I found this really, really interesting and very cool. So I know some new people are coming in right now. But baby puffins, once they leave the nest, leave the burrow, they go to sea for 2 years. They do not come back to land for 2 years. When they first leave, they are drawn to light. Now, this island obviously has a harbor. And so within the harbor, the lights are on, all the time at night. And so what occurs is over these next couple months, the last couple months and the coming forward, Barbara, hello, is these puffins, they leave the nest and they intentionally are drawn to the light and they end up in the harbor. Now, the coolest thing, and I don't know how long this has gone on, but on this island, the parents take their children puffin hunting. And what that means is they go out and they catch the puffins. And I was asking this little girl, how do you do it? And she was so excited that she's like, you just run up to them. You go up and you see them and you try to run after them and you get them in a corner and you just grab them. She was so excited. And so once they capture the puffins, they put them in a cardboard box and they take them to a vet or somebody who specializes in puffins, and they check the puffin out to see if making sure that they are healthy, the puffins are in good shape to be released, and then the puffins are handed back to the children. Now, the children come to this one specific spot, and they release the puffins out to sea. And so this little girl had 2 or 3 puffins. And so I was taking the photos of her releasing the puffins. And they're not good photos at all. But it was just, that still cracks me up. It's like upside down. This is so cool that they teach the children in school at such a young age about taking care of the puffins. And then you can see the puffins are out here hanging out before they're heading out to sea. And hi, Umacorn. And then we figured, okay, we're done. Let's leave. And then all of a sudden, another girl shows up. Now you can see these cliffs over here. That's what she's standing on. These are huge cliffs. So the mother, this one's wearing gloves. So they give her the puffin. And she's getting ready. Now she's hiking it like a football. The mother's like, oh my God, no. Just throw it. And she releases the puffin. And I absolutely love it. I mean, look at that face. This was so cool. This was such a great way to end the day, to see that. Absolutely amazing. Then we just came across another puffin the following day, hanging out. It's like, hey, what you doing? Lydia says, this gives me an idea of some animal-human drawings. Yeah. Oh, Umacorn just got here. Everybody, hold on. Hold on. We need to just a little bit of a recap because Umacorn wants cute. What Umacorn wants, Umacorn gets. These are raw photos straight out of my camera. They're great. What is going on? Interesting. And just to let everybody know, you can tell a puffin by its age by the number of almost like rings that are on its beak. It molts its beak each winter, and so they grow it back during mating season, and so they can catch more fish. Oh, all right. I am actually. We can edit. I've edited one photo. We've done a lot of tangents. Which one? Let's edit one of these. And then I think I'm going to call it a day. I've got too many streams happening. Evie says, yeah, but the stories are great, Shawn. Evie, I learned so much about puffins. This was just an amazing trip. I absolutely loved it. So go ahead. We're going to hit D for develop module. I've learned more today than ever. Oh, about puffins. Not about photography, not about editing. So you've edited this photo. Not at all, Umacorn. No. Let's go ahead, hit G. As you can see right here, there has been zero editing. I've got keywords and it's in a collection. In Lightroom Classic, it tells you what you've done. So let's scroll down to the one that I did edit. So I've only edited one photo, and this is the original photo, raw file, unedited, and that's how it turned out edited. So that's my one photo in an hour and 54 minutes. Caroline says, I learned a lot about puffins today. If there is an opportunity that I can pass along any type of information I have that I'm excited about, I love it. Edited. Okay, let's do like that one a little bit better. Okay, let's edit this one. So I'm going to hit D for develop. First off, let's jump into our crop. And I think, let's see what we've got for our ratios here. Let's try ooh, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I'm not gonna like that. Let's go back to original. There we go. Let's unlock our crop. Bring that in. Bring this in. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at the distance from this wing to the frame, this wing to the frame. Doesn't need to be exactly perfect, but I would like it to be. Amazing it caught so many fishies at once. Unicorn. I know I've said this a lot and I'm repeating myself, but I'm okay with it. The puffin will not return to the nest with just one fish or eel. It will always come back with 4 or 5. It will never come back with just 1 or 2. Mel says, Shawn, do you still do the edit someone else raw session? I keep meaning to add my raws to the Discord thread. Absolutely, Mel. Thank you for asking about that, and I will jump over into my Discord. Let me switch sides here. Where am I? Right here. Your photos to edit. So if anybody has photos, now Lydia has added some absolutely cool butterflies and a terrifying spider. Oh God, that gives me the creeps. So, if you have photos unedited photos, you would like to see how I would edit them, you can upload them here. You can either send me a link, as Vikram did, or I believe you can send up to 25 meg per file now on Discord. It's been upped, so you can upload it there. And once I get enough, I will, I'll do another stream on how I would edit your photos. It knows what happens if it brings less. Yeah. Krill, always a cocktail server. Yep. Evie, ooh, I got some spider photos today I should share. Yep, you can, Evie. I would appreciate it. I enjoy those streams quite a bit. We haven't even been in Lightroom or in Photoshop. Okay. What I am looking at here is kind of a balance. I don't like the fact that the puffin is dead center. I don't like that. If we end up going into our grid and see what we've got going on right there, I don't like that. I mean, unfortunately, I think that's what we're going to end up with. I'm not a fan, but I really want to make sure that I give the puffin enough room to breathe. Actually, let's leave that down. I think this is going to be okay. I mean, we've got the wingspan. Yeah, we're going to call that good. All right, let's jump into our basics. And again, I think what I want to do is deal with the puffin as a individual. Hit auto, and I don't like any of that. So Command Z. Let's do some global editing to begin with. So I'm in the basic panel. And let's do a test. Let's see what we've got for black and white. No. I'm going to be doing some black and white in the future. Not for puffins. Not for puffins. That does nothing for me. 0. In Photoshop, you can grant him more space to the left with generative fill. Then it wouldn't be my photo, Stephen. But the issue isn't giving him more space. The issue is the fact that he's off-centered, or that he's too close to centered. But I think the wing is okay for the balance. You know what we've got? Half the photo is empty. The other half of the photo is filled with the puffin and wings. think I'm okay with that. Okay, so right now I'm checking out the grass. Let's bring our highlights down a little bit. Let's increase our shadows just a touch. Bring our whites up. I'm gonna increase some texture to bring out the grass. Add some vibrance, just a tiny bit. And come on. Yeah, I like where that's going. Okay, let's jump into our mask. We're going to select subject. I'm in the before. It's not where I want to be. Oh, yeah, good point, Oliver. Oliver says, until it's out of beta, we cannot use GenFill on photos that are going to be used commercially, including sale of stock. Thank you, Umacorn. And yeah, I am going to be selling these on stock, for sure. A lot of these puffin photos are going to be going on stock. Getting the model release was a bit tough, but, you know, I do what I do. I don't know why this is taking so long. Get out of that. There we go. That's how fast it should be. Okay. Oh, I did something wrong here. We're okay with that. We're going to leave that mask alone right now. We need to check our white balance. Just draw a webbed foot print in the signature box. Yeah. I don't like that. I mean, it's giving us more contrast. Lost some of the blue. Man Z. Penguins are the easiest to get releases from, as they always have a pen with them. Oh! Gareth. I can't believe you pulled that one out. Oh, no. It's a shame I can't ban other mods. Wow. Good one, Gareth. Okay, so this this photo has a lot of blue in it. Moving forward, trying to. It's a very cool photo. If you actually look up above my head here in the navigator, and as I move around, you can see the colors change. So it will give you a better idea of what you're going to be getting. I gotta say, I like the blue. I like it more cool. I don't think I want to do that at all. So we're going to leave that alone. Let's get back into our masks. We've got our mask up here, our select subject mask. You can see it with the overlay. So what I want to do is I want to increase our whites. Let's decrease our blacks. Or is it clipping in the whites? It says it's clipping. Guess it's turned off. Okay. I don't mind a little bit of clipping right there. Add a little bit of contrast. And okay, liking how that's looking so far. We're going to add a tiny bit of saturation. Just trying to get the nose to pop a little bit more. All right, let's get down. Let's add some texture into those feathers. A little bit of clarity. And now I need to bring the blacks back up. We're just going a bit too far there. There we go. Just a tiny bit of dehaze. Now let's add a little bit of sharpening overall. See how we've got. Yeah, I like that. Just getting a little bit of a pop. Okay, just so turning off our clipping. That is our before. That's our after. I did not denoise this. Shawn, why didn't you denoise it? Denoise it. Okay, we need to do this again. Sorry, everybody. We're gonna go ahead. Right click, we're gonna create a virtual copy. We're gonna open up this one. Dang it. I'm going to go into our develops. We're gonna reset it entirely. There we go. Now let's go ahead and denoise. Where's our puffin head? There we go. Okay. Oh. After everything today, I'm stunned that a penguin joke got the biggest laugh today. Way to go, Gareth. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now, what we can do is hitting grid. We can come back to our edited photo. Here it is, right there. And what we're going to do is hit D for develop, making sure we're on the right one. I'm going to come down here, hit copy, and we want to copy, making sure we did everything. We need to bring in that mask. And copy. Let's get back in to our enhanced, making sure I'm on the right one. Here it is. And hitting D for develop. We are going to paste. actually kind of like the little bit of grunginess that we've got going on this photo. Very different than what I was expecting. Usually you do a, more of a cute, clean puffin look. This puffin's seen some things. Okay, at this point, what we can do is we're going to go up to our effects. Let's give it a small vignette. I need to bring out that eye though. That eye is way too dark right now. Let's go into our mask, create a new one. Let's do a radial gradient. See what we can get here. Zoom in. Very minimal. That's okay. That's nice. Got that orange kind of popping out right there. Nice. Nice. Okay. Detail. Let's go ahead. Give it a little bit of sharpening, holding down the Option key. Jumping into our mask. Let's take care of the edges. Right there. Okay. That is definitely a different puffin than what you normally see. I tell you what, I'm happy with that. Any thoughts? Concerns? Likes? Dislikes? Very beautiful structure of the feathers and so fresh and clean. Well, they bathe a lot. Okay. I'm happy with those two photos. So we've got, let me go ahead. I'm gonna go yellow and okay. Today's stream was more about puffin education and showing the photos that I took of puffins. I hope you enjoyed this. This was an awesome experience that I had, and I was very excited to be able to share it with you. I seriously, at the end of the day, I'm like, this is going to be such a fun stream. I can't wait. So for me, this was a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed it also. I'm glad we've got some with food. Well, both of them. So I'm Team Hufflepuffin. Thank you, Evie. But I'm ecstatic with how some of these turned out. I am probably going to continue on editing Iceland photos, going over some landscapes. I did show the Icelandic ponies. Jack was asking about them. And what else did I show? There was something else. The ponies. Something else. I can't remember. Mel says, oh, Lydia says, love these photos. Mel says, real cool stream. Devlin says, it was a nice stream. Thanks. Did you already guest on a stream today? I've talked about it, but I'll talk about it again shortly. Stuart says, thanks for keeping me company while working. Steven says, thanks for your time, Shawn, and all these beautiful shots and insides. Evie says, fox. Yeah, the Arctic fox. That's right. You are all welcome. Caroline says, we are now the Puffin Appreciation Society to add to all other groups. We're going to have a resume. Got to look back. Helps memories of my own trip to Iceland. Oh, yeah. I've got a lot. Let's go ahead, go into our none. Geysers. We looked at geysers. That's what I was thinking of. We looked at the geysers, the horses, the Arctic fox, and then we've got that's a ton of geysers. Oh, I've got a story for this one. The only mushroom farm in Iceland. She is the owner, and so I'm going to be doing some touch up, some portrait touch up for her. Okay, so really quick, I'm going to tell this story because it was absolutely awesome. So it is called Farmer's Bistro. That's the name of her restaurant. She grows all the mushrooms here. It's the only mushroom farm in Iceland. All the food, everything is locally grown and throughout her family and neighbors. And so we got talking, and I'm like, can I take your photo? And so we were talking about Photoshop, and she's like, I really have to learn Photoshop and Illustrator because I'm sick and tired of paying people to do my social media posts about my business. I'm sick of it. And I'm like, have you not heard of Express? And she's like, no, what's that? And I'm like, hello, my name is Shawn Kosel. I'm an Adobe Express ambassador. So I'm explaining to her about Express and how wonderful it is and how she can check it out. And she's like, I already have a Creative Cloud subscription. I'm like, it's free. You get everything then. And so I said, I'm going to show this on my stream. And she's like, you're not an influencer, are you? And I'm like, no, I am not an influencer. I'm an educator. Some people call me, what is it, an edutainer? So I'm like, very cool. So let me get your photo. So she's like, okay, come on, let's go back into the mushroom farm. And I was like, oh, yes. So she took me in the back. We did a couple quick portraits, just some headshots, nothing spectacular. And so I'm going to do these up, send them back to her, so that way she can actually use them if she wants to. And at the same time, I've contacted her, or I've let her know if there's anything that you need when it comes to Adobe Express, and this is for everybody in the community. I'm looking at everybody. If there's something you want to know, ask me. I'll do a stream about it. So, I gave her my information. I said, I have a ton of streams on Express. If you need anything, if you need any specific help, here's my business card. I'll stream it. I'll do it live. You can watch it whenever you want. It'll be recorded. So, this is really cool. Like, this is a great story for me because it's getting to know the people of where I'm at and meeting the people of where I'm visiting and how I can actually maybe help them. They may have never heard of Express. So, I want to know how to earn a living without having to have a day job getting in my way. Let's call it the Puffin and Mushroom Appreciation Society. That's funny. But that was absolutely awesome. Also, of course, at some point, we're going to have to do waterfalls, a waterfall stream. There's so many, so much landscape. We've got Viking huts. This? Okay, I missed it. And of course, horses. Okay. Let me get back into here. So today, this is stream number 1 of 3 for me today. So I'm going to end this shortly. In 2 hours, I will be doing, let me jump over into the Firefly. What is this? Okay. Some people. Okay, so in 2 hours, I will be on the Firefly, daily Firefly Hangout with Jack and I. I think Jack's going to be there. Jack said she was going to be there. So that's in 2 hours from right now. And then in 4 hours, I am going to be on What's What Live on Behance. So on the Discord, actually, let me just put this into chat again. I would absolutely love Nor. Hello. Who's who? Yeah, Nor, you are late. But hey, Nor, you can catch me 2 more times today. So, I'm going to be on with David and Eric in 4 hours. That's 7 o'clock CEST. So you get a chance to see me 2 more times today. If you're not sick of me yet. And I think we may be talking about Iceland. I don't even know what we're talking about. I'm being interviewed. That's all I know. So I told him I'll bring Iceland photos in case we get bored. So yeah, I've got a busy day today. Okay. Oh, by the way, everybody, I would love, how long is a session? It's an hour, Mel. And they have had amazing people. Tiggs, she's stunning. She's just a great photographer. Rufus, of course, Rufus is Rufus. He's the best. We had Lucy. We've got our own Jordan from Adobe Express, who's great. Dave Cross, that guy's great. David, I don't know him except for I need to change my name to Dave or David. We have Jan and Dave Williams. Actually, this was an inspiration for me to watch to get ready to go to Iceland, because I wanted to hunt down Northern Lights. Never got a chance. I was so freaking tired. There's only a few hours of actual darkness, and I was so tired after every day. I've slept so good in Iceland. Oh my God, did I sleep good. So no chance for Northern Lights. But that was a great inspiration. So please, if, my stream, one of the reasons that I was asked is because of you. The idea that I've made, or I've given a place for this community, for all of you to have a safe place to hang out. Oh, Lydia, I do have a chance. I could change my Behance name. That would be funny. I don't want to screw people up though. The purpose I started streaming, talking about photography and whatnot, but it turned into more of a idea of having a safe place for the entire community to come and hang out and do and make whatever it is that you want and have a safe place to show it off. Yeah, I think, so the idea of having you in chat would mean a lot to me, because it's what I do. You are the reason I do this. Not to get mushy. Okay, Oliver's saying David Kosel. Shawn Copperfield, that's kind of missing the David part. See, there, what's David? David. I mean, we've got 4, not to take it in a bad direction here, but we have 4 males, 5, 6, including David and Eric. And 4 of them are named David. But the main question here's the main question that I want from David and Eric. How did this odd couple meet? I have not heard. So Davis Shawn Kosel. Okay, I'm gonna be bringing this up. All right, I'm taking screenshots really quick. You can probably hear it clicking. Okay, I'll be bringing that up specifically. I'm done, Kosel. I will be done when this stream is over. I'm gonna be like, I don't even know if I'm gonna have a chance to have dinner yet. So if you get a chance, please stop on by, say hey. Davy Wavy. Oh yes, I will wavy at you. All right, let's go big head mode. I think that's all I have to promote about myself right now. Dazed and Kosel. Oh, Evie. That one's nor it may be hangry Kosel, not hungry Kosel. If I start getting testy with them, like, hey, come on, let's get this going. Every day is Pufflin, or every day I'm Pufflin. All right. See you then, waving later. Okay, we're gonna end this for real now, guys. Everybody, I want to thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me share some of my Iceland photos. That was just it. I really, really enjoyed showing off for realsies. Really showing off those photos. We've got more photos, and I promise at some point in time I will edit more than just 2 photos in 2.5 hours. You guys distract me too much. I blame you. I blame chat entirely. It's chat's fault. My wife is like, I said, I have to work on photos. I have to get them ready for stock. But you streamed like 3 hours. I'm like, yeah, I got 3 photos edited. Come on. Okay. I appreciate y'all being here. I hope to see you later. Record broken. I hope to see you later, either in the Firefly Discord and or What's What live coming up later. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I'm going to go take a nap and stay safe, stay creative. I don't think she's here, but bye, Bruce's mom. And just be nice. I will see you all later. Bye.